So today I want to talk about a very important and interesting subject that a client of mine brought up, which is the idea of feminine energy and femininity and understanding that conceptually. So I attract a lot of women into my work and into my program. And by the way, I'm Anna Rova and I help single successful women attract amazing, emotionally available, committed masculine men. And so they asked me the question that, I know about this feminine masculine polarity. I know that, to attract an amazing guy who's in his masculine, who's ambitious, successful, confident, who's courting me and pursuing me and has that protector provider type of energy, the men that most women are attracted to attract that type of man, I need to be in my feminine energy. And so I've been there myself, right? So we start researching and reading blogs and listening to podcasts, maybe even my podcast about that, or watching different videos online, and we get it conceptually, right? We get the idea that femininity or being in your womanhood or in your feminine energy that is so attractive to these masculine men that we want to attract, we need to, and this is what you hear out there, right? Like, you need to dress a certain way, maybe skirts and dresses and red lipstick and makeup and fashion. You need to look attractive to yourself and to the men. Burn candles and incense. Do feminine practices like maybe salsa or bachata. Surround yourself with beauty, like some plants and some, some paintings. Go into nature, connect to the earth, connect to women's circles, and do all these feminine practices, right? So, and that is 100% true. And work with your hands and creativity and stuff like that to tap into your feminine energy. And that is all very helpful. And I teach that as well. However, the problem is that is just the surface, or like the icing on the cake or the sprinkles on top. And I teach that only after I actually teach women or coach women into the depth of you as a woman and your feminine energy and your ability to receive and let go of control and allow men, universe, whoever you want to call it, to court and pursue you. And so I'm going to talk about this difference, because there is a big difference between a woman who, and you can see that, right? You can see that in a woman who is very well put together. She might even have her candles and she might be very much in touch with her sense of beauty and style and, go into nature and be very grounded. But in her disposition and body language and the way she handles herself, and especially if she's a very successful businesswoman or career woman, you can see that this woman is very angular in her energy. She's very edgy and almost like you can feel tense around her. And that is all frozen tension in the body. This is a woman who cannot relax, who cannot let go of control, who cannot surrender. And that is the difference. So this woman that talked to me and my client asked me, I understand that conceptually in my head, the idea of polarity, and even like some of the women I start to work with, they've done belief work as well about what do I believe about femininity or whatever. The main difference is that for you to truly be in your feminine energy, you need to feel that from the inside. You need to allow your body to let go of control and to relax and be taken and surrender. You can burn candles all day long and you can be grounded and walk barefoot all day long, and that's helpful, but that's not enough. And that is the work that I do. And look at how even my language and the pace of the tone of my voice and the pace of me speaking is changing. I started with da 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 da, and now I'm talking about, well, how does it feel? How does your feminine flavor feel in your body? Because you can be a woman so much connected to your, essentially what this means to be connected to your feminine energy as a woman is connecting to yourself as a woman. Because you, as most women, your essence as a woman is feminine. And how do you know that? Well, there's simple tests you could do, but you could also, I'll ask you this question: how do you want to feel in a relationship with a man? Right? Most women would say, I want to feel safe. I want to feel taken care of, right? And I took a deep breath. I want to feel taken care of. I want to feel safe. I want to trust him. I want to be taken somewhere where I can't take myself. That is the feminine, right? If you feel yourself, if you notice yourself filling empty spaces with beauty, and your most joyful state is when you are relaxed and when you can let go and when you can surrender, especially like during sex, right? We want it, like, in fact, a lot of successful, ambitious women that I work with, the only place where they can let go of control or hope to let go of control is the bedroom. Because there, you know, and our body is designed to receive. Let's talk about, we have vaginas, right? So to receive and really lose ourselves. The best sex that you have, and that's why orgasms happen for women. That's why actually orgasms are such a problem, because as a woman, really there needs some factors to be aligned for you to fully relax and let go of control, not be in your head, right? So women are in their head. So the wrong way to go about figuring out how to be in my feminine is from here. You will not be in your feminine if you think about how do I be in my feminine. You need to feel. You need to start to feel again. And that's why the work that I do, everything that I do with women and work with women and coach women is through feminine embodiment as a modality and as a skill that I help them build, which means that, girlfriend, get out of your head and start to feel again. You have no idea how many women are numbed out, completely disconnected from their head into their bodies, from their heart space, from their womb space. Even if you don't have a womb, that can be your pelvic bowl, your hips, complete disconnection. And so the first thing to start to explore and inquire is breath, awareness, and what do I feel, and how can I get in touch with how I feel and what I feel, and that feminine flavor that only you have, that is so attractive to men. You can be a woman who's not putting on this amazing makeup and a fashion and style and whatever. You can just totally be your own unique flavor, which can be a wild, like there's so many flavors. That's why men are mesmerized by women, because each one of us is different and it brings her own feminine flavor to the table. So how can you connect to that? Not to the candles, not to the plants, not to your dresses, but first and foremost with you, because your feminine essence is in your body. And so your job is to rediscover who you are as a woman, and how does she feel in the body, to unlock that frozen tension that so many women have. Like, can you allow yourself to relax and let go? And how do you do that is actually through embodiment practices that I teach, and I share them, and you can find some videos or podcast episodes about the techniques that I use. And it's a 5 minutes a day practice that I teach all of my clients, and I share that. And other things to think about is also, the beliefs that we hold. So number 2 is the beliefs that we hold about being a woman, femininity, and in general womanhood. And as you know, through thousands of years, women have been inferior to men. And this is just the reality. I'm not going to argue with that. But today, we live in a different world. And so I don't want to sit there and wait until men wake up and give me the power or give me the right to do whatever the hell I want, and to take my opportunities and to succeed on the highest level possible. I'm going to do that for myself. I don't need anyone's permission, especially a man's permission. And so that, like, women have struggled enough for thousands of years, and I look back and I am grateful and thankful for where I am today, and that I today can take advantage of all the opportunities that I have that my mother, my grandmother didn't have, and then great-great-great-grandmothers, right? And I'm not here to blame men, and I'm not here to be a victim of what has happened for 2,000 years, and let's change that. And men, you should change this, and you should be guilty, or you should feel guilty, or you should do some reparations. I'm not here for that. I'm here to work on myself and to reframe my beliefs, because that story of women being submissive to men, women being inferior to men, stops with me and with one woman, one embodied woman at a time. So I want you to question, what is your idea about femininity personally? Do you have a belief that feminine is weak? Right? A lot of women have this limiting belief that the feminine is weak. I don't believe that. Well, I worked on that. So if you believe that feminine is weak, and our beliefs are deep down inside. So you need to look at what have you learned about, and this is why I love this work, because it's deep. It's not about candles and paintings and plants and go like, okay, do that all day long. But if you deep down inside, for example, grew up with a mother who believed that she's inferior to the father or to the man, especially, for example, if you're from a religious family, that's not always, but often the case. Or your mother really believed that her place is in the kitchen or being a mother, and that's it. That's totally fine, but that was her belief system. If you want something else, then we need to look at that and reframe that. And also what needs to be reframed and looked at is, what are the beliefs about womanhood and femininity generationally that women have carried in their wombs and have passed on to their daughters, to their granddaughters, and to grand-granddaughters, because all of us carry that within us. And so, as I said, that's why I love this work so much, because that story, that limiting belief that has really been limiting, and look, even if we talk about our mothers and grandmothers, they just did not have the possibility. Now we do, and it's about taking radical responsibility and working on that. So it's all about, what are your beliefs about womanhood, what it is to be a woman today, and rediscovering yourself as a woman. And that's why a lot of women, they know that, and they, one of my videos I talked about wearing that strength and independence and success as your badge of honor. Well, they're actually overcompensating that. That's going too far. So they're gone from I am inferior to I am actually superior to men. That's also not the right way to go. You need to find that balance. So the first one is to actually get out of your head and into your body, as I mentioned, right? To believe, to discover your feminine flavor, to learn how to relax and to feel again. That is your feminine energy. The next one is beliefs. And then the third one that I put here is embodiment and also sexuality. I think that through sexuality and through discovering your sexuality and exploring that, this is also connected to embodiment, is where you actually learn and discover and go deeper into your feminine. So I would highly recommend, practices like yoni eggs and wands and really breathing and all of these techniques that allow you to, again, well, what is sex? Sex is embodiment, right? Sex is where, or what is an orgasm? An orgasm for a woman is like, oh my God, I'm so out of my head and I'm just here and now, and I don't need to think about what are the kids gonna eat for dinner, and have I packed the lunch boxes, and what is my to-do list, and the laundry, and the boss, and the work, and the projects. You're just here and now, and you're completely surrendering and letting go of control. That's what it's all about. So I hope this was helpful for you, and now you can see the difference between and then when you do all of that work, right, you don't even need to burn candles or like think about, do I need to wear dresses, or that all will come naturally when you know yourself as a woman, because you can't help but be connected to your feminine flavor, to your feminine essence. And then masculine men, who, when we started talking about masculine men, can't help but be attracted to you, because there's nothing more attractive than a woman who knows herself, who feels into herself. And that is what true femininity is, and true feminine energy, when a woman is connected to her heart, when a woman is connected to her hips and to her womb space and even to her orgasm. And so, yeah, girlfriend, this is what I'm here for, to help you do all of that. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.